Hello guys, sapphireyagami. I'm here with a review of Gotham season 2. Season 2 so far has ended, so not ended per all season 2 is gone, but we have had the winter finale already. So I'm just going to do a recap of season 2 so far. So we all, as we know, this season is all about the rise of the villains. So we get more into other villains' origins and everything. So we saw more on the Penguin. Sadly, the Penguin lost his mother. And we see actually this friendship form between him and the Riddler. And with the Riddler, Edward Nygma, we finally see him in the season 1. We saw we saw two of his personality. We saw, sweet, kind Edward Nygma, who's always in control. And then we saw him develop this second personality, which is more darker and more assertive and straightforward and a little bit more crazy. After he killed your boy, the police officer who was abusing Miss Kringle. And we saw, these personalities developing within season 2. We finally see those two personalities, instead of just being two, they've merged into one. They finally have become one, because Edward Nygma had finally accepted sort of that other part of him. He's finally accepted that when he had killed Miss Kringle, which I kind of was upset that she died at first, but then I was like, the bitch deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all because I'm saying she deserved it is because of the things she said when she found out that Nygma killed your boy. I'm like, okay, you're really getting mad at Nygma because he killed somebody who was beating the crap out of you? Really? Yeah, I mean, she was calling him. I knew it. I knew he was crazy. So it's like when a girl said that, I mean, she already has these preconceived notions about you. So obviously the bitch wasn't like she wasn't worth it anyway. So when he killed her, it finally merged. He finally like, I love it. It's beautiful. He's still doing his little Riddler thingy. And so we also got to see a little bit more of Cat. Her relationship with Bruce was a bit strained when Silver came around. That bitch. Silver is a member of the Gallivan family. We saw also Theo Gallivan, more of him. And his whole plotline found out that his beef with Bruce Wayne was something that happened like years ago with their families. Celestine Wayne was sleeping around with one of the Gallivans. They got caught. She cried rape. They messed him up, killed him, and just through their name. Their family just screwed over their family and kicked them out. And so I could understand that sort of revenge. Like, okay, your family said had crap rape, you done killed a member of our family without getting all the facts, you're just gonna take a word for it. I'm like, okay, so like what the hell? But that's probably what families back in those time frames, families with money probably did stuff like that. I mean, I don't know for sure, but protect the family name and stuff. But I mean, you don't have to throw people under the bus like that. Like, that would, like, she didn't have to do that. She could have took the blame, like, look, we stuck together. I'm no longer a virgin. Don't kill him, please. She could have did that, but no. He gotta die, and now his whole family has been disgraced, and now they're trying to regain the honor. They really should have thought about that, how it's going to affect their future generation. They really should have thought about it. You really think people are just going to let that shit go? No, they were wrong. Who else we see? Jerome, sadly, he's gone. Yes, Jerome is gone. He was a perfect Joker, but I don't like what they did with the sort of character of Jerome. Like, he's like the perfect freaking perfect Joker, and it was talking about I think on their Facebook about Jerome becomes the ideal. I'm like, no, Jerome can't be the ideal of the idea of Joker. No, because then it will make, if they do another Joker within the series, it's just gonna make it look like Joker is just a copycat instead of being an original villain. All these villains cannot be copycats. They have to be original. You know what I'm saying? These aren't copycats. This is not Batman Beyond, where we have future generations that's been inspired by, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Freeze, Joker, Harley, and be like, yeah, they were such an inspiration of criminals, man. This is not Batman Beyond. This is Gotham. These are the originals, okay? Jerome is the original Joker. So we also see and we also got introduced to the Firefly. Oh, poor thing. I felt so bad for her. I mean, it's kind of easy to see why she does snap, right? It's very easy to see why she snapped. But while we also noticed with each villain that died, because Theo Galavan did die, which he deserved to die. I mean, because they took him to court. You know, Jim Gordon tried to do it. That's another thing I noticed. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but bear with me. Is that I noticed on Twitter and Facebook, like, Jim Gordon shouldn't have done that. I'm like, but think about it though. Jim Gordon did first do everything by the book, by the law. He brought Theo Galavan to court. What happened? Theo Galavan got off. You gotta remember, Theo Galavan is a man with money. In this world, sadly, money talks, and people who deserve to be in jail or prison, whatever words you want to use, are not always going to be in prison. It doesn't happen that way. Sometimes the justice system does just not work, and Jim Gordon saw that. He saw that it's just not going to always work for actual justice. So that's what Penguin had to remind Jim Gordon when they took him to like some outskirts place. That's what he had to remind, like, that's what Penguin had to say. Do you really think they're actually going to put this man in jail? Do you really think that? He has money. He has the power to persuade people and every damn thing. This man is not going to jail. So Jim Gordon had to actually let that sink in, like, he's right. So he let Penguin get out his little few licks, you know. I mean, the man did kill his mom. That was, you know, that was kind of heartbreaking. And I'm kind of glad that his mom kind of didn't know Penguin that much of his badness. You know, for her, it was still her little boy, her sweet little boy. And I was like, oh, poor Penguin. He really did love his mom. Like, that's the only person he cared for in the world. He really did love his mom. But that also became another point of Penguin, which Edward Nygma told him, was that because you no longer have somebody you care for, there is no way. It's pretty much saying that there's no way people can have a hold on you. So for Edward Nygma, he loved Kringle, Miss Kringle, but it was also like, in case he ever did anything, they would use her against him. And that was the same thing for Penguin. Penguin sort of was put in a state of submission because Theo Galavan had his mother. And since his mother is literally no longer in the picture, may she rest in peace, there's no way anybody could put him in submission. There's nobody else he cares for. Same thing with Eric Newit. Who do they care for that you could probably put these people into submission? Nobody. So they're, in a sense, are literally free to be who they need to be. And I think with Leslie, Gordon and Leslie, in terms of their relationship, along with Barbara, Barbara, I've kind of loved the craziness that her character is, because season 1, she was boring as hell. I love her craziness. Obviously, she's currently in a coma now because she fell from the church window. So she's in a coma, so I don't know what's going to happen to her character. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen to her character, because I've been loving the crazy Barbara. Leslie, however, gets on my nerves. Jim, you can't do this. Jim, don't do this. This is what Jim is a man of principle. He's not gonna run. I mean, to me, I get it that she's in love with Jim. She doesn't want to get hurt. But I'm like, he's a police officer. He has a sense of duty of justice that he just is not gonna let that go. Because if he just let these villains just get away with this and stuff like that, then it's like he's sort of abating in crime. You know what I'm saying? He knows what's gonna happen and he's allowing it to happen. Like say somebody is telling you something, they about to do something, like, I'm gonna go steal this or rob a bank. Can you really, or commit this sort of vile act against another person? Can you seriously sit there and be like, and not tell anybody and just be okay with it? Can you seriously be okay with that on your conscience? Just literally on your conscience? No, you probably cannot unless you're a sociopath. But anyway, let's see. I talk about Gordon. Oh, I'm gonna go back to Bruce and Selena. Their relationship was strained because of Silver. She came in and was sort of manipulating Bruce, and I'm like, I get it. Bruce is young and everything, but come on, Bruce. But it's obvious that his weakness is women. And so but thing is with Kat, she's like, I can see right through you. And I did notice, I did like the whole scenario with, you know, we see Selena getting a little bit jealous and Bruce is hanging out with Selena, and you kind of see it in her face a little bit. But I thought it was so sweet though when Bruce Wayne started spitting that game, son. He was spitting that game. Like we after they, you know, find out and got the truth out of Silver and everything, they faked the whole kidnapping. Selena asked Bruce, well, what do you tell, you know, Silver? And he's like, that I trusted you and stuff like that, but he said, but I was talking about Silver. And Selena was like all freaking speechless. She's like, well, yeah. She's like, hi. I'm like, yes, Bruce spitting that game. He's spitting that. Okay, we see little Bruce getting it. Okay, Bruce. Definitely, and going back to Silver, I don't know what's going to happen with her. I don't know if her character will come back, because we saw Tabitha just abandoned Theo Galavan when he's like, she was like, okay, this is over, it's not gonna work. She's escaped with Silver, so I don't know what's gonna happen to those two characters. But Tabitha was a pretty interesting character. It's gonna be interesting to see. The episode season finale was definitely one of the best episodes of first half of the season 2. Like, they had squad goal scene. They was like all walking like, yeah, about to go get Bruce Wayne, son. They had the guns ready, cocked and ready. Anyway, but also within this winter finale, we saw an introduction of a new villain, Mr. Freeze. I'm like, yes, winter is coming, baby. And so, also with that, we do see Theo Galavan's dead body. Obviously, Penguin decided to stuff an umbrella into his throat. But also is the fact that Theo Galavan is gone with all the other villains that we have seen so far being taken to Indian Hill, which is a branch of Wayne Enterprises. Like, Bruce Wayne don't know what's going on with half his government. I swear, poor baby don't know what's going on. Poor thing. But we see all these other villains. We know Firefly got something there. Theo Galavan. I believe Jerome is probably in there as well. I saw a female body floating in like this tank thing. It probably is Fish Mooney, because it sort of looks like her body shape and everything. So it's probably her. So the question is, what is going to happen with all these bodies in Indian Hill? So the question is that maybe these characters aren't actually dead. I mean, they're floating in tanks and everything. So they're either going to be experimented on and come back later in seasons, depends on how long Gotham is planning on being, or they're just going to be, I don't know what's going on. So I've seen some theories of people saying they're going to probably eventually introduce what's his name, Ra's al Ghul. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but okay, you know who I'm talking about. And the Lazarus Pit, and if they bring that character in along with the Lazarus Pit, then that would make sense that would make sense of why they're keeping these bodies. Because if these characters are officially dead, there's really no reason for you to show us their bodies at Indian Hill, unless, you know, there's a reason you're keeping us showing these bodies for a reason. Obviously, these characters are not officially dead. They're probably gonna come back. And not only that, they did mention Doctor Strange, and I do know of a character named Doctor Strange in the character universe. So obviously his character with these other dead bodies is going to be very, very important within the rest of these seasons of Gotham. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see. So comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about Gotham Season 2, Rise of the Villains so far. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. What character are you hoping to see come up later in the in seasons and everything, or, you know, just tell me what you thought, period. So comment.